How is it that we could see Jermell Charlo win? Does he even have a shot at winning against Canelo Alvarez? Yes, he can. Oh, yes, he can. Even being the smaller opponent, even being, again, the guy from 154 moving up to 160. He can absolutely be the man to beat Canelo Alvarez and join the ranks of Bivol and Floyd Mayweather. But how can he win? Well, there's a couple ways he can do it. One of the ways he can win is the fact that he uses length and reach to work Canelo like Bivol did when he fought against him. Again, being the longer and taller opponent has its advantages against a shorter fighter. It gives you the leeway to be able to say, I can stand and be able to punch without getting hit if I understand distance like I need to. You can make it so that you can use your length and reach to throw combinations from afar and have Canelo have to work his way on the inside and damage him to that point. Using volume and using great distance control to overwhelm Canelo and make it so that he can't get his own offense off because he's too busy trying to work on the end or trying to work his way into the inside. But with that being the case, you're constantly getting peppered with shots. They may not hurt, but it could be a situation where it's enough, just like with Bivol against Canelo, to dissuade him. Now, granted, Bivol has more power than Charlo. Absolutely not. Absolutely, that's the case. And that volume coupled with the power, coupled with the speed, coupled with the distance control, all were the reasons why Bivol has so much success with. So I'm not saying Charlo can absolutely replicate that to a T, but that doesn't mean that it's not possible. That doesn't mean it's not possible. And absolutely, that can be a situation where we see him be able to control Canelo from distance, control him from range, using his jab, because he does a very good jab, and utilizing the right hand and left hook when Canelo tries to get on the inside to catch him when Canelo tries to step in. And then also, if he's trying to escape, let's say Canelo gets him in the corner, what can he do? Throw that left hook and get out of dodge and circle back into the middle of the ring and do the dance all over again. Absolutely, that's possible because there is a blueprint to beating Canelo. The way that Bivol did it is absolutely possible. But another way that he can beat it is the fact that his hand speed is faster. Mind you, I mentioned the fact that throwing in volume can beat Canelo Alvarez. But what I said was, I don't think Charlo has the power to be able to do that and just use his power and volume to dissuade Canelo from doing what he wants to do and getting on the inside as Bivol did. But it is the speed that Charlo brings to the table that can make up for that lack of power, that can still control the fight and dictate this fight into a win on his behalf. Because with Charlo moving up from 154 to 168, it's a situation where he is the faster fighter. His hand speed is faster than Canelo's. Yes, it is. With him being able to be the faster fighter, he can get off first with his punches and also potentially retreat quicker than Canelo's able to actively catch it. And we've seen Canelo struggle with fighters who are faster than them. Again, you go off to Amir Khan. Even though, yes, we know he knocked him out, it was still, that speed gave Canelo something to have to work around and something to legitimately struggle with. Floyd Mayweather, way back, earlier in his career, yes, we know he evolved, but even still, constantly throughout his career, tougher, slicker, quick fighters give Canelo trouble. Now, I'm not saying Jermell Charlo is a slick fighter, but I am saying he is a quick fighter in terms of his hand speed. It is, like I said, indeed faster than Canelo. So we could see him use that hand speed on Canelo Alvarez to get him potentially in trouble. We could see him, in terms of Charlo, utilize his hand speed to be able to always attack first, get out of dodge before Canelo can react, and do that dance all night long and be able to land combinations to overwhelm Canelo Alvarez. That could be a tactic that we see, and that could be a way that we could see him get to a victory via decision. And on top of that, one of the biggest things that we see that Charlo can do to actively win is the fact that his ability to have timing on his punches. Yes, we've talked about timing before with people like Terrence Crawford. And again, Charlo in and of himself does have a gifted ability to time his opponents and throw always at the right moment when he sees an opening and connect with the correct punch in the correct situation. Again, it's nowhere close to Terrence Crawford's level, but it is at a level that is elite. That is undoubtedly so. Sean Porter's talked about it, and many other boxers have talked about it as a gifted ability that we see Charlo utilize throughout his career. And that can be a situation that we can see him take advantage of Canelo when he throws his slugging shots. We know how Canelo's been fighting over these past couple fights, and as he's gotten older, it's gone from combination punching to one-shot power shots, especially as he's moved up, and now it's super middleweight. One-shot power shots, overwhelming his opponents with bludgeoning body shots, head hunting, really forceful hooks and uppercuts, all that stuff, but it's all at one at a time. And that can be counteracted by somebody throwing not only at speed and at volume, but with the timing of somebody like a Charlo, he could potentially counter Canelo when he tries to come in and throw those big, looping, powerful shots and catch him consistently, and that could potentially lead to, hey, he may be able to put him in trouble. But Jean-Luc, you say, how can he actually hurt Canelo if he doesn't have any power, even if he's timing him? How is he going to be able to hurt him if he doesn't have anything behind his punch? Well, that was before he got with training with Derrick James. Now that he's been training with Derrick James, now the pop is actually substantial. It's not world beating, but it is legitimate now. One of the gripes with Charlo was the fact that he wasn't known as a major puncher. Again, with the record of 35 wins and 19 being KOs, it wasn't that, oh man, this brother is just clobbering through every single brother he even touches. This was a situation where, okay, he's got decent power, but it was nothing to write home about. It wasn't nothing incredible. It wasn't nothing substantial. Now, however, with all of those things I just said, with the speed, with the ability to time Canelo, if he tries to come in with those big one-hand power shots and those big one-hitter quitters that we've seen Canelo do, now, all of that being said, on top of now having better punching technique and better power behind his shots, we can now see Jermell Charlo utilize everything, all of that in combination, the speed, the timing, and the power, to be able to say, if I catch you right, Canelo, there is a legitimate chance that now I can hurt you. Now I can get you to respect me. And that's one of the biggest things that comes down to Jermell Charlo. Can he get Canelo Alvarez to respect him? Can he get Canelo Alvarez to respect his power, not just his boxing ability, but the outright ability to land and affect Canelo? Because if that doesn't happen, we're going to see Canelo walk forward all night long like he's been doing. But if he can get Canelo to actively respect, oh, this brother's got some pop to him, it gives his chances of winning a much higher likelihood, because now it won't be Canelo like Canelo did against John Ryder, like Callum Smith, and like other boxers that we've seen Canelo face. It's a situation where if you can get him to actively not just be able to walk through what you're trying to do, oh, that makes your chances of winning against Canelo exceptionally higher. That is how we can see Charlo actively beat Canelo Alvarez. And I don't see him being able to knock him out, even with the newfound ability to punch with purpose that he found with Derrick James. I don't think he's going to be able to knock him out, but being able to outpoint Canelo with this volume, with this speed, and with some Iron Man mentality, absolutely, it is a possibility that we could see happening and come to fruition.